What day is it? It's Wednesday. No,
Wednesday.
it is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, happy Wednesday, guys. We're going to get into it. Warm up today, we'll start with some feel-good stuff. We're going to do 45 seconds each side of our kneeling T-spine. So you're on your knees. You have one hand on your ear. You're trying to bring elbow up to the ceiling and then rotating under. I'll demo that in a second. You'll do 45 seconds each side. Then you'll do 45 seconds of cat-cows. And then we'll get into a 5-minute AMRAP of 30 jumping jack, 10 sumo crossover, 10 squat, and 10 RDLs. Okay, I'll remind you of that AMRAP when we get there. But let's get it started with our kneeling T-spine. So again, if you haven't done this before, we're on the ground. We're one hand's down. It's close to the knee. It's not like a cat-cow where it's really far away. So it's a little bit closer. Hand on ear, open, and then rotate, open, and then rotate. Okay. We'll start that right now. We'll get the clock rolling. Going in 10. I think my back cracked about 5 times during that. It felt pretty nice. And go ahead. The most important part is really opening up at the top, trying to get that rotation. If you guys haven't shoveled yet, it's really nice snow to shovel. Very painless, light and fluffy. We've got 10 more seconds here. And switch sides. And good there. Let's go into our cat-cows. Again, cat-cow is just another low-intensity exercise. Should feel good. Just 15 more seconds. And we're good there. Up next, we have our 5-minute AMRAP. It's going to start with, again, 30 jumping jacks into 10 sumo crossovers. I'll show you that if we haven't done it in a while. 10 squats, that can be with barbell or dumbbell or body weight even. And then same thing on the RDL. It can be with weight or without weight. For that sumo crossover, if you haven't done it in a while, it's a very wide stance. My feet are out wide. I'm crossing over. It's a lower intensity exercise. Feels kind of good. We're just doing all feel good stuff today until we get to the workout. And go ahead, 30 jumping jacks. Jill, you must be in the dark today. I just got a black screen for you. And sumo crossover, super wide stance. It's kind of like a lower level side lunge. We're getting a little bit of the groin adductor work, and some rotation work. After that, 10 squats, goblet, air squat, barbell, whatever you have available, and then 10 RDLs. As always, use that warm up to work on a range of motion, especially in the squat, as we'll be strength training that today. It's been the week of squats. And, once you're through your 10 RDLs, we'll keep going for about another 3 minutes here. Back to your jumping jacks. If you guys are coming tomorrow, we have a really fun workout. I believe it's the New Year's Eve waterfall workout. Which waterfall style, if you haven't done it before, for example, tomorrow you have 100-meter row, 2 deadlifts, 3 hang power cleans, 4 front squats. Round 1, you do 100-meter row. Round 2, you do 2 deadlifts, 100-meter row. The next round, you do 3, 2, and 1. And then it just keeps going forever and ever. They do it a lot of times with like the 12 Days of Christmas workout. I don't know who they are, but maybe they is us. I don't know. Jane, I still haven't hit the elusive 15,000 step mark. It's too much for me. I got to work my way up. About 2.5 minutes left here. As you get into these later rounds, if you have load, let's try to use that on our squat and RDL, if you haven't been already. And that's time.
What's the 100-meter substitute? 100-meter rowing substitute?
I have to look. I can't remember right now. Let me check. Oh, we got double unders or jumping jacks instead of rowing for tomorrow. It'll be fun, Nikki. Or confusing. Or both. Sometimes confusing is fun during workouts and think about your brain more than you think about how it feels. All right, we'll get into our core work today. Today will be a little different format than we're used to. Not that different, but just a little bit. So we'll have a 6-minute EMOM. On minute 1, we're going to do 30 seconds of toe to bar, kipping leg raises. So if you have a bar you can kip on or hang from, great. If not, you can always perform a lying leg raise. We did the lying leg raises last week. I will demo those if we weren't here for that though. But 30 seconds there, that leaves you with 30 seconds of rest. Okay. Minute 2, we're going to do 45 seconds of cross under crunches. That's just in the top of the push-up, bringing the knee under to the elbow. And that one leaves you with only 15 seconds rest. Okay, let's go back and forth for 6 minutes. I don't think it should be like too devastating, but we'll get a little bit of work in with the lying leg raise combo here. I'll show you the lying leg raise. If you have pull-up bar at home, I'm just going to assume we know the knee raise or toe to bar. So lying leg raise, you want to be in a hollow type position. So I think most people benefit from having the hands under the butt so that the lower back can stay in the ground. I'm just going up, down, up, down. Okay. If that's easy, you can take the hands away, but still stay hollow. We're just moving up and down. So basically it's like a flutter kick, but both legs are moving at the same time. That's what we have. Let me know if you have questions. I'll do the cross under crunch as well. Top of the push-up, knee under to the elbow. I'll give you guys, let's start in about 45 seconds or so. Give you a little bit of time if you are doing the bar work to warm up your shoulders and hands, chalk up, you know, all the good stuff. All right, I'll get the clock ready. Again, your minute 1, 30 seconds of toe to bar, knee raises or leg raises on the ground. And then minute 2, we'll have 45 seconds of cross under crunch. Going in 10. And this clock will be beeping at you a lot today. It's loud. And go. I'll let you know when we're at the 30-second mark. Looks good. If we're on those lying leg raises, really try to keep the legs straight, as straight as you can. And that's 30 seconds. And we have some rest time before we get the cross under crunch.
Can I do that any harder? What can I do to make that harder?
You can try to hold a weight in between your feet, Nikki. Just make sure it's safe and it's not going to fall out and hit you in the head. I think I like using a med ball for it best, but I don't know if you have access to that. Going 5 on cross under crunch. And go. Again, cross under crunch, we have 45 seconds. Sherry, I'll try to let you know when we're at 30. We're at 30, 15 left. And good. Nice job. 2 more rounds. And ready, go. And then Nikki, don't go up all the way. Just kind of cut it off right before the top. Now you're still fighting gravity. Looks good, Jane. Good, Katie. I like the rhythm, Kev. And that's 30 seconds. And we're going in 15. And go. And on that top of the push-up, the hands are directly below the shoulders. They're not too wide. They're not in front of your head. Straight up and down. That's why we call it the pillar. "30 seconds in. 15 more. And good. Final round. You guys are just breezing through this one. That's good. We don't need to get crushed all the time. Just sometimes. Ready? And go. And good there. That's 30 seconds. Nikki, was that a little hard with the dumbbell? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Yeah? Okay. That's good. Looked pretty safe too. Hopefully. Going in 10. And go. Let's see it. That's 30. 15 more. Keep moving. Got it, Jane. And good. Guys, great job. Honestly, that just looked like a warm-up for you guys. Maybe it didn't feel like it, but it looked like it. All right, we'll get into our strength training. So we're going to build on last week. This was actually the same rep scheme as last week for both movements. Okay, so the goal would be to make this harder by either doing more weight, doing extra reps on the pull-up, or you can increase the pause duration, right? If you have no access to other weights, you can try to pause for a longer period of time. So last week I recommended a 1 to 2 second pause. If you can't increase the weight, increase the pause. Go to 2 to 3 seconds or even 4 seconds per rep. We'll do a set every 3 minutes for 3 sets total. If you have access to barbell and pull-up bar, today we're looking at 5 reps on the pause back squat. The goal will be to work your way up in weight on each set. until the final set is very, very heavy and heavier than last week. If you don't have a squat rack, you can certainly take the bar from the ground and do pause front squats. It's fine by me. If you don't have a barbell or a rack, we're going to do 10 to 15 reps of a paused goblet squat. Okay, so you can hold a dumbbell, you can hold 2 dumbbells, 1 on each shoulder, whatever allows you to load it, but you're going to do 10 to 15 reps of paused goblet squats. Second move will be our strict pull-up. This can be done on a pull-up bar with bands, on rings, and so on. And that'll be 10 to 15 reps. And if you don't have access to that, we'll do 15 to 20 reps of a 2-arm row. Okay, on the 2-arm row, if you only have 1 dumbbell, there's a good chance you're going to need to add in a pause to make that hard. I'll demo just our goblet squat and our 2-arm row. If you have back squat and pull-up bar, you can go ahead and work on getting that set up. So goblet squat, again, you guys know it. Hold it at the chest, nice and close in our squat stance. But this week, I want a longer pause. So go down, 1, 2, 3, up. Okay. And notice in that pause, I'm not like collapsing down there. I'm staying very vertical, a lot of tension, and I'm driving up with some speed. For the row, 2 arms, bent over. And again, most likely this is going to be too light. So 1, 2 second pause, down. Okay, just to make that harder. And that one's 15 to 20 reps if you're doing it. Let me know if you have questions, need modifications. And you can squat anything you have. If there's a person who would like to volunteer to be squatted, you could squat them. You could squat the yoke rack there, Allie. You could put a car on your back or that tractor.
I just switched it to the pull-up bar, and it was not a one-person job.
Oh, no.
I am sufficiently warmed up.
That's good. You're going to take some time in your warm-up, but once you're feeling ready, make sure we practice that pause. Get the feel for it. Get the feel for the depth. Get the feel for the duration of pause. Again, I'm looking for 2 to 3 seconds. Or if you added weight from last week, keep it at a 1 second pause. We'll spend a good chunk of time here warming up. So if you're in that lighter category, if you don't have as heavy of loads, just continue to warm it up, feel it out, work on some good movements. Hey, we lost Jane. She probably got sick of me picking on her all the time.
Sorry, Alex. How many goblet squats, please?
Nikki, I want you at 10 to 15 reps.
I tried that zigzag bar that I have, but I can't get it up. I don't have a rack and I can't get it up and over, and it hurts in the back because it has a screw there. So
Yeah, that's a
I'm
tough
doing
bar to use for
goblet.
squatting for sure. You could hold it in your elbow creases like Bud Jeffries does right here. I don't recommend this though. I think goblet feels better. And Nikki, if you do have 2 dumbbells, you could always hold one on each shoulder to make it heavier. Not sure what you have access to. All right, we'll do about 1 more minute here. Give our back squatters who are going a little heavier some time. Again, if you're not fully warmed up, just use that first set as an extended warm up. And your goal is to work up to 1 very heavy set at the end, or very hard set at the end. Jane, I think you're back. You're just muted and no video.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I think I kicked you out. I was mad at you. No.
Okay.
I didn't. I'm kidding. I couldn't do that. All right, guys, we'll get into it. So again, if you have something heavy, you're doing 5 reps, pause, back squat. If you have something a little bit lighter, you're doing 10 to 15 reps of pause squats. Change the pause duration as needed. Today, I do want it to be quite hard. So that final rep, you just barely make it. Maybe you could do 1 more rep or something like that in your mind. Then you have your 10 to 15 pull-ups or 15 to 20 bent over 2-arm row. Going in 10, 3 sets today. Same as last week. Got to find a way to overload. And go. Nice, Sherry. Looks good, Nikki. I always think fast on the way up. All right, we pause slow, but we fly on the way up. That looks really good, Jill. Nice, Kev. A little longer pause, Kevin. There you go. Nice, Heather. Allie, with those kind of semi-strict reps, try to get a little slower on the way down. And if you need to get extra reps, you could always try to kind of jump your way up for 1 or 2. I don't know if you have a box or something to jump off of, but could get some extra reps that way. Semi-strict. It's kind of like a chocolate chip. Got about a minute here until our next set. All right, let's do it. Set number 2. Strong in that pause. Keep your posture. Keep your balance, middle of your foot. Nice, Heather. Awesome. Good job, Eric. Try not to bobble when you're in your pause. I want you to look frozen. There you go. Fast on the way up again. Nice, Allie. Try to get 1 inch lower, Kevin. Nice. Good job, Katie. Remember, if the bent over row is too easy, add a pause in. I know it's a lot of reps, so might not need the pause. All right, final set going in 10. And no rush here if you do need a little extra time. We're no rush today. All right, whenever you're ready, let's do it. Last set. Al, you're getting some good general fitness and unloading and reloading plates. A little bit lower, Heather. Nice job, Jane. That's a great squat. Nice, Katie. Good, Jill. Squats look great here, guys. Awesome work. Nick, you just try your shoulders back a little further when you finish the rep. There you go. Better. Keep that speed on the way up, Allie. Nice, Kev. Good lift. Guys, take your time to finish up here, and then take some time to kind of clean up your area. In the workout, we're going to have a jump rope and a deadlift, and that might be with the dumbbell or barbell. So I'll give you some time to just get her done, relax a bit before I explain the Metcon. All right, guys, so bringing into our workout here. This is a workout where if you're at home, you might be doing something very different than everyone else, depending on what equipment you have, your ceiling height, your barbell. So I'll go over kind of how we want the workout if you have all of the equipment, and then I'll go over some variations, and I'll go over even more variations as needed here. So we're going to do 3 rounds for time today. First thing you should notice is there's no rest. There's no rest here. Just 3 rounds for time. So your pacing, you want to be consistent from round to round. We're going to start with a 500-meter row. Okay. If you have a Concept 2 bike, that's a 1,000-meter Concept 2 bike. If you have an assault bike, that's going to be 0.8 miles. And then the other options would be, it says 40 step-ups, but I'm just going to have you guys do 2 minutes of step-ups as fast as you can. So if you don't have a machine, you're going to have 2 minutes of fast step-ups. Okay, you don't get to, do 40 reps. I think 40 is going to be a little too fast for this workout, but 2 minutes of step-ups. Okay. The second movement, we're going to have 50 double unders, 100 single unders, or 100 kind of lateral pogos, where you could jump over something. You could have a piece of tape on the ground and you're just going side to side, 100 reps on a pogo hop. Then the final movement is going to be 15 reps of deadlifts. The weight for the deadlift today, you should be able to do the first set, the first round, 15 in a row. Okay, it might get hard, but you don't need to break up the first round. So again, 15 reps, 185, 135, or scaled appropriately. If you don't have a barbell, you can do a dumbbell deadlift or a dual dumbbell deadlift if you have two dumbbells. Okay, that's what we're looking at. The dumbbell deadlift is just going to be a dumbbell that touches the ground. So it's going to be a little bit, maybe greater range of motion than a barbell deadlift, but I think that'll be okay. Let me know if you have questions. I'll leave this up for a few more seconds, maybe a minute, and we'll get into it.
What should I do on the treadmill?
Let's do, is it an air run or a regular treadmill?
It's a regular treadmill.
Do 400 meters or 0.25, Heather, 0.25 miles.
All right, thank you.
Jane, if you're on treadmill, probably 0.2, or maybe like if it goes into 2 decimals, 0.18, something like that. Should take approximately 2 minutes.
Can I sub the double under line hops for burpees or step ups?
Yeah, I'd like burpees today for the heart rate and the shoulder. Let's go 15 reps. That's a really fun workout, Allie. Burpee deadlift combo. All right, I'll take the screen share away. Let me know if you need to back up.
So for a dual dumbbell deadlift, do you want them like right at the sides?
Yeah, I'll kind of show you, and then, Kate, are both your kettlebells the same weight, or are they different?
They're different.
Okay, so I kind of like to do them with a pretty narrow stance, and I have a dumbbell in each hand, kind of showing on the outside, and then you just touch the top head of the dumbbell to the ground.
Okay.
Top head of the dumbbell. Yep.
Okay.
You could probably load that pretty heavy, whatever you have available.
I have 35s. That's my
That'll work.
biggest dumbbell.
So again, if you guys are kind of subbing in that 500-meter row, whatever you're selecting should take around 2 minutes. Shouldn't take 3 minutes, shouldn't be done in 1 minute. Should take around 2 minutes or so. So if you are subbing in maybe like a different type of machine, you can use that first round to calibrate how far you should go. I'm thinking a cap 11 on this workout today. 11-minute cap. That leaves you roughly 2 minutes to get through the machine or jump, 1 minute for the jump rope, I should say, and then roughly 1 minute for the deadlift. You know, I'll go cap 12. I talked myself into it. 12-minute cap. That way, if we're doing double unders, we can struggle with them a bit more. Have more time for that. All right, we'll start in about 1 minute. Final warm-ups, final breaks, mental prep. And then after this, you guys will be warmed up to shovel snow. All right, let's get ready for it. 12-minute cap, starting with our 500-meter row, 1,000-meter bike, or other thing that we're doing, into our jump rope, 50 doubles, 100 singles, or the other variations. There's just so many things to say. And then 15 deadlifts. 3 rounds, pacing. First round, moderate to hard. Middle round, you're kind of cruising. And the last round, you push it as hard as you can. Going in 10. Going in 10, Jane. 2, 1, and go. So again, if you're doing step-ups, 2 minutes worth. If you're on an odd machine, 2 minutes worth, but make sure it's a hard effort. If you're doing step-ups, try to go almost as fast as you possibly can. Two minutes on there, Nikki. 2 minutes. You got 15 more seconds. All right, that's the 2-minute mark. Nice, Heather. Nice, Sherry. Boy, Eric. Good job, Heather. Nice, Jill. I want to see if we can get 15 in a row on this first set of deadlift. Good, Jane. So Nikki, round 2, you're going to go 50 step-ups. This looked like took you about 2 minutes to do that. Wait, Allie? Go get it, Jane. You got it, Eric. Take a deep breath. Keep those hands down. Nice job, Katie. Got some cheerleaders, Katie. Good job, Nikki. We're putting on cruise control in this middle round. It's not slow. We're cruising. That last round, we'll pick it up. Here we go, Heather. Nice pace, Allie. Keep that up. Here we go, Kev. Yeah, let's push through that middle round. Get after on the final one. This is the workout where we get to push hard. Guys, 2 minutes here to finish. We're right there. It's going to be close. All right, Nikki. Nice, Katie. Let's go, Allie. Speed it up now. Here we go, Sherry. One minute left. $30 seconds. Let's go, Kev. Sherry, you got it. Can finish here. $20 seconds. Crank them out. 10. 3, 2, 1. And good. Nicely done. All right, guys, we're right at time here, so if you do have to go, I understand. Otherwise, today I do want us in pigeon pose for 1 minute each side. We'll start that right now. Can kind of catch our breath as we're doing that. Very nice work. Should have been a relatively challenging workout in that time frame where it's kind of painful. You can push through it. And go ahead, 1 minute each side here, pigeon pose. Anytime we have high heart rate movements mixed with deadlifts, always going to get the burn, the backside, the butt, the hamstrings. So guys, if you haven't heard yet, continue to stretch here. But if you haven't heard yet, the holiday hours will be tomorrow. We'll have our Zoom classes at 6 a.m., 9 a.m., and noon. And we'll have our open gym times as normal from 6 a.m. Until 1 p.m. So the last open gym is right at noon, right? The gym will close at 1 p.m. tomorrow. On the 1st, I guess New Year's, will be closed. So if you come in, you have to run sprints in the parking lot. And then the 2nd, we'll have our normal Saturday hours as well, which will be the 8 and 9 a.m. open gym in the gym, or the 8 a.m. Zoom. Switch legs here, 1 minute left. And we are currently working on what we'll do with the reopening. Looks like we can open. The guidelines are out there now. It says 9 people per class with 1 coach. However, our max capacity is 30, so there'd be kind of an open gym option. We're going to try really hard to stream classes. I don't know how many classes we'll have per day streamed on Zoom, but should at least have some. And then I know some gyms are, adult sports are allowed to have 25. So now they're just doing CrossFit sport practice in their gyms. So they have 25 people in their classes. so I don't know what we'll do, but that's kind of all I have for thoughts right now, really.
Each word on.
Alex,
Yes.
does that start on the 4th?
Yep. We don't have any solid set details yet. I'm sure we'll work on it today because we just kind of found out last night. We just saw the document. They kind of just put the document in there without telling anybody, really. But we'll talk about it today, and hopefully we'll get a post out today or tomorrow, depending on what we can figure out. I know last time we had to do some emailing back and forth with the State Department and get some clarity on things, because there's a lot of different nuance to to all of it, which is frustrating, but make sure we have the clarity and are okay to go. So that's all I
Yeah,
got.
I was reading that. Like they put it out last week and didn't say anything about anything. And they
I saw it for the
changed
first
things.
time yesterday in the morning.
Oh yeah, I saw it a couple days ago.
Nice.
And it talks about like taping like 12-foot squares.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So ours are very close to so they're talking about having their squares all touching 12 feet.
Oh,
So ours are pretty close. I don't know. Well, might just have to rip half of them up, but that's okay.
yeah. And then did you see that thing that they wrote up actually like expires on the 10th?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that would be kind of stupid to like retape everything and then they change it, a
I
week
mean,
later.
Yeah.
Ugh,
We've been dealing with
annoying.
changes every 2 weeks for a while now, so it's nothing new.
Yeah.
But whatever, we're gonna make it
Right.
work somehow. If not, we can keep sticking on Zoom. I'll try my best to interact while I'm in the gym and on Zoom, and we'll make
Okay.
it work.
Thanks,
All
Alex.
right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Heather, can I ask a
Yeah.
question?